Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic. This is Deborah Cthulhu, and this time we are going back, or we are going down to the Harakut Rift Station, and this episode is not going to be easy for me. A huge part of this episode is part of the game that always makes me uneasy. So let's not beat around the bush anymore. Let's get right into it. This submersible can be used to descend to the deep ocean Harakut Research Station. Use the submersible. Let's get it over with. Alright, so first thing you might notice is this foot locker here. I walked past it, but I saw it as I was walking past. There's 3 antidote kits in here, and that's a good enough reason for me to mention that if you have any items that make you immune to poison, this is a good place to equip them. I have the bio antidote package, but unfortunately I don't have the implant feat, so I can't actually use it on my character. Breath mask will be a good thing to use here too. There's 2 repair kits. Those are good for droids, but I can't use them here. There's a dead body lying on the ground there. That is not a good omen for what is to come. And there's another one lying over there. That's not a good omen for what's to come. Well, let's not piss around anymore.
How did you get in? Did they send another submersible? Quick, we have to get out of here. We have to get away.
Why? What happened?
No, we have no time. We have to leave now. I managed to close the door after they killed everyone else, but I don't know how long it will hold.
I'm not going anywhere.
We have to. We have to leave. The Selkath, they went crazy. They started killing anything that moved. Someone must have triggered the defense systems too, because all the droids activated as well. I was one of the mercs the Republic sent down here to find out what happened. We came down and secured the first couple of rooms. There were bodies everywhere. And the Selkath came out, screaming and croaking their fishy little war cries.
The Selkath?
They swarmed out and over us. There was no way we could stop them. So we ran. But hardly any of us made it. I locked the door behind us, but the others had already left in the submersible. The sharks. The Ferox are out there, and worse. I heard an explosion shortly after the submersible left. They didn't make it. Just food for the sharks and the Selkath. Like us.
I have to get into the station.
No! I locked the door so the Selkath won't get in. If you open it, we're all done for.
I have no choice.
If you go in there, you're dead. You're all dead. If you want to die, then go. You won't hear me mourning for you. I'll stay here and be safe until some sort of real rescue comes.
Okay. Some more antidote kits. 2 sonic grenades and 50 credits. This is where Darth Bandon or Calo Nord will fight you if you haven't fought them yet by this point. There's an equipment pack here. A bunch of credits and the strongest grenade you can get. Those are rare, so use them wisely. In here, this footlocker over here will give you 2 more computer spikes. This computer here will it has basically the same options you always get. So play around with those. I only have 3 computer spikes, so I won't. And here you get ambushed immediately by a patrol droid. I will disable the droid and attack. And then again. And one more time. After all that, those three droids, I should say, none of them give me anything to collect. If I go all the way down here, there is this area in here that there's a footlocker with a plasma grenade, there's a faulty patrol droid, and a pressure door. Well, we can try to open it. It's sealed from the other side. Did I already open? I think, yeah, there was a plasma grenade in there. Alright. As long as I have my force heal, I don't need healing items anymore. Now, this door,
No problem. Didn't work.
my skill is too low, but if I use my bash option, it often takes several minutes to open, so I usually don't bother with it if my security is too low. Doesn't take too long to get over to the other side anyway once you have it open. In here we have some insane Cellcath that we actually can't save them. Only thing we can do for them is put them out of their misery, so that's what we're gonna do here. I'm gonna heal so Bastila is not poisoned anymore. Again, if you have any way of healing poison, or negating poison, I should say. If you can negate poison in any way, stop your characters from getting poisoned, this will be a good place to equip the item that does it. In here you get more parts, and from these remains, Jedi Master Robe, which I'm going to equip on Jolee because who deserves it more, right?
Yes?
And we go over here. There are 2 droids. I'm going to use Destroy Droid on this one. Destroyed.
What can I do?
Okay. See if Bastila has the ability.
I'm here.
She does. There we go. That was easy enough. And over here, med pack, footlocker, a bunch of grenades. Through here. Through this door is more insane Cellcath. We deal with them. Alright, with all 4 of the Cellcath in this room taken out, we can just loot everything that's left in here. A scientist's memo, a med pack, and a sonic emitter. Let's look at the scientist's memo to in response to those fluorescent sharks outside, I managed to whip up a little something in one of the workrooms. This is a sonic emitter which should scare them off. The sound seems to work a lot better underwater than the air, and if you fix it on the outside of an EnviroSuit, just push the button every time they get near and you'll have no problems. So I was just wondering, when am I going to get that raise? Cal Jordan. Alright. It is impractical to try to do the segment after this area without that sonic emitter. You'll see what I mean when I get there. Now, this is the tough droid for the planet. I thought there was another one inside the Sith base, but turned out I was wrong. As I said before, they tried to put one on every planet, but if you know how to deal with them, they're not so tough. I think that's it. Okay, there it goes. Its shield didn't even go down till after it was destroyed. That's how you deal with tough droids. Alright, in here, we have large lockers, a dead body, and what looks like a spacesuit. Pick up the environmental suit and start searching the lockers.
No problem. Got it.
There's parts in that one.
No problem. Got it.
There's an alacrity in that one.
No problem. Got it.
There's a computer spike and a hyper stamina in that one. And
Is somebody out there? Fishy, 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 come and eat me too. You can't get me, little fishy. Not in here. I'm safe behind my walls.
somebody scared hiding for his life in this one. I'm Avner Dimarath. I've been sent by the Republic to investigate what's happened here.
Investigate? You're just like the others. Fodder for the Selkath. Walk and fish next. Trump, trump, trump. If you can run, you might be fast food. When the Selkath was insane and started killing everybody, I locked myself in here. I'm safe in here. Nothing can hurt me in here. No fishy food for me.
Come out. We'll protect you from the Selkath.
No. That's what the others said. Mercenaries like you. But they're dead. The Selkath ate them. Lunchy munchy. Only the ones left in the south part of the base might still be alive, or where the Kolto is. Few fishies there, but many fishies in between the water.
What made the Selkath insane?
Don't know. Go ask them. When the demon screamed, it shook every mind in the station. We fell to the ground but survived. Fishy fishies, though, they just got hungry.
We'll protect you from the...
No,
Okay.
No. Only the ones left.
If you don't come out, we'll just leave you in there.
Bye-bye. Go look for fishy people. They'll chomp and bite and chomp and bite. Food for fishy. That's you.
Alright. Well, so far as I've been able to find, just like the situation with Joggy, there is no way to save him. He will stay in there forever unless you kill him. Which is an option, but I somehow didn't trigger it. Anyway, moving on. More Selkath. Let's deal with them. Waiting. Check. That was nothing. Okay. This room is cleared out, so let's move on. Footlocker, another scientist memo, and another sonic emitter. You would think that would mean there's another environment suit in this station, but sadly there's not. And that contributes to part of the... you'll see. So, there are patrol droids in this hallway too. level up. Alright. So we'll wipe these droids out. That closed door at the end of the hall there is the one that I mentioned before that takes forever to bash, and I don't bother with bashing if my security doesn't do the trick. I'm gonna go ahead and level up real quick. In my skills, I'm going to add to computer use, which is going to come in handy. Well, it's going to be on the next planet. I'm just going to straight up say it. It's going to be on the next planet. Treat injury. Feats. Wait. Let me think here. Oh, duh. Implant is what I want. And destroy droid. I'm already at level 17. Holy crap. Now let's see if I can, well, I can't implant that bio antidote package, but I can increase my constitution a little. It feels so good to see that every slot is filled in. Anyway, let's go in here and wipe out all these Selkath in here. Looks like there was 5 of them. Alright. So there's that. Okay, yeah, here's that door again. Alright. Then in here is more Selkath. Looks like only 2. Alright, that's that dealt with. Alright. Then over here is another room like the room 2 rooms ago, it looks like. But there's no hostiles inside it. So let's just peacefully look through the 200 credits and a med pack. In here there is, okay, excuse me. And then in here, all right. Take care of these Selkath, and then we can move on. Alright. Now. We have another one of these pressure doors. Warning, hostile environmental conditions. Environmental suit advised. You only have one environmental suit available. If you proceed through the airlock, all party members will have to stay behind until you return. Yeah, that's a big part of the reason why this part of the game bothers me. It's because you only get one suit. You have to do this part by yourself. You don't have backup for it. The other parts you'll see when we get into it. So let's do just that. So here we are. This part always bothers me. Okay.
There. You're not Cellcath, I can see that much. Are you another rescue crew?
I am Avner Dimarath. The Republic sent us down to investigate.
I'm a merc the Republic hired a couple days ago to investigate. But all we found was a bunch of insane Cellcath killing everything that moves. All my companions are dead. The Cellcath swarmed over us. There were dozens of them. And they looked wrong somehow. Like something had changed inside them. Insane or something. Oh, I'd have gone back to the surface long ago if this complex hadn't been overrun by all those crazy Cellcaths. There's no way for me to get to the submarine docking bay.
What are you doing in the underwater section of the facility?
I discovered a way to get to the bay and seal off the rest of the base. I just have to find the Kolto harvester they built on the edge of the Hrackert Rift. It's got an emergency override to open the doors to the submarine docking bay. And I could get in from the outside. I figured my only chance was to slap on an environment suit, head out onto the ocean floor, and check that harvester out for myself. Besides, it's gotta be safer out on the ocean floor than back in there with all those crazed Cellcath mutants running around looking for dinner.
Okay. I'll come with you.
I'm not spending another minute in this facility. Not with those psychotic fish people all over the place. I'm heading out to the ocean floor right now. It leads to another complex of buildings. Going through them is the only way to reach the Kolto harvester. We should probably stick together, but I won't wait around in here with the Cellcath. You can catch up with me if you want. Down the hall and through the doors on the right. I'll be waiting on the ocean floor where it's safe.
Yeah. If you want to see the entirety of this underwater segment, I have another video on my channel of me doing just that, where I redacted my character's name because I chose the name of one of my friends because that face looked a lot like him. So if you want to see, check out that video. I'm just going to get through this as quick as I can.
Come on, hurry up. Don't just stand there. We have to keep moving. The water is filled with... Ow! Ah!
That's another reason why I don't like this part. The sharks can come at you at any moment. And if they catch you, it's an insta-kill. The sonic emitter is the only thing that will stop them from doing that. But it has a short range. It takes a little while before you can use it again. Okay. One more. There we go. Alright. Once you knock them out, you can tell by the fact they're floating upside down, they are dead. You don't have to deal with them again. Now, we have a choice of either door. It doesn't matter which one you choose, they both lead to the same place. However, you don't get your companions back inside this complex because they're stuck in the other one without an environment suit. So once you get in there, you are able to take off your environment suit, but you're still on your own. Don't worry, it always freezes like that when you click on that particular door and the other one that's underwater. It does that every time, at least it does for me. Whew, this is a lot better. And so I don't have to go through that again. Not out of the woods yet, though. As you can see, there are more insane Selkath for me to deal with. This is not the Darth Bandit battle, nor is it the Rulon Prolik battle. This is not Calo Nord. This is not the Dark Jedi Master. These are just random fodder that we have to get out of our way. There's a Republic soldier dead here. That breath mask will make us immune to poison, and I don't know why they didn't give us one at the beginning of this area or sooner. That being said, it's not going to be much use to us now. In here, it makes us think that we're going to get ambushed by something, but we don't actually get ambushed until we talk to them. So I'm going to explore the other rooms first. There's a couple of footlockers in here. And just to be clear, when I say it makes us think that we'll get ambushed, I mean that what I mean is if you've played the game before, you think that it happens as soon as you walk in the room, but it doesn't actually happen until you talk to them. So you can actually explore these rooms in full before you talk to them. Yeah. Okay. All right, there we go. That was harder than it needed to be. All right, and this foot locker is probably another breath mask. Nope. 2 antidote kits. All right. Of course. Another environment suit is sitting there waiting on the other side. Of course. Now, talk to the force field.
No, you can't come in here. You'll let the Firaxa and the Selkath in. No, stay out! Stay out! I won't let you open the door for those monsters to get in. I'll stop you. I'll suck all the pressure out of the chamber. That'll stop you.
Kill them! Kill them now!
All right.
60 seconds to complete.
There are 2 ways, while I'm stunned, to get through this. You can either just destroy
54 seconds.
the force field by bashing it, or come here and use 2 spikes to deactivate the depressurization.
No. The Firaxa will get us. No, the Selkath are coming. No.
No! No! Ah!
Calm down. Everything will be okay.
I'm sorry for what I did. I don't know what came over me. I just panicked when I heard someone outside the door. Please forgive me. I'm just so scared.
We're both just scared.
When the Selkath went crazy, I thought everyone else except me and Sammy went mad. We had a few people outside the station when it happened.
The Frax and Sharks just tore them apart. It was like they were frenzied.
The next thing we knew, our Selkath researchers started screaming and clawing at everything around them. My team was torn apart and eaten before my eyes. Sammy and me, I thought we were the only ones left. We heard the Selkath outside the doors every once in a while, and strange noises echoing through the base.
We thought everyone was dead or insane. I must have been hysterical. I don't know what I can say. I truly apologize for the horrible mistake I was making.
I'm Kono Nolan, and this is Sammy. We were scientists working here on the Harakard Rift project.
What was the Republic doing here?
We had a secret agreement with the moderates in the Selkath government. They knew that Manan could not survive independently if the Sith were victorious.
Those thugs would wipe out the whole damn planet just to get at the Kolto.
So the Republic approached them about making this secret installation to harvest more Kolto, where the Sith couldn't see us. But all that went horribly wrong.
What happened?
We don't know. Not for sure.
The work teams were outside in the rift, near the vent. Then there was this rumbling, and my head felt like it was splitting open.
This monster rose up from the rift.
It was a Firaxa shark, I think. Bigger than anything I'd ever seen before. Bigger than our submersibles.
It was like it was screaming inside my head.
Then all the Selkath started screaming too. And they turned on us.
Turned on you?
It was like they couldn't control themselves. Like the sound that the monster was making in our heads drove them insane.
Well, maybe it was protecting the ruins by the rift.
It could have been. It might have a lair in the Harakard Rift near the Kolto vent. That might explain a few things too.
Like what?
Like why it reacted so violently when our construction efforts got closer to the vent. And also, why it's so large. It must be feeding off the Kolto.
would have to be ancient indeed for it to reach that size. With Kolto as a food source,
And all those other Phyraxan sharks? Those might be its offspring.
which would be why they all swarmed when it called out to them. Children coming to protect their mother.
So, what can I do about it?
The Phyraxan sharks have always been a serious problem. We had some blasters and projectile cannons to defend against them, but they still got some of our workers from time to time.
We were working on a soluble chemical compound that would drive them away. Something that smelled or tasted repulsive to them, but we never got it working right.
Oh, I think not. Even flawed like it is, it should be ideal for this situation.
No, it's not working right. You don't know what it'll do.
What are you talking about?
The repellent we made was supposed to drive Phyraxan sharks away, but we never got very far in its development. The one we tested instead was violently toxic to them, rupturing their outer skin in seconds and preventing them from drawing oxygen from the water by clogging their intakes.
Which is exactly what we need in this situation. Something to kill that monster shark that destroyed our station.
But we don't know how else the chemical reacts. We only tried it in a controlled environment. In the open ocean, who knows what it could do? It could even affect the Kolto.
We know exactly what it'll do. It'll kill the shark. That's what we designed it to do.
What else could I do?
You don't need to do anything else. We have a canister of the toxin here right now. We were working on it before the giant Phyraxan drove all the Selkath insane. All you need to do is insert it into the main Kolto harvester and have it vented. Get away as soon as you can. We don't know how much worse it'll affect the giant Phyraxan shark.
What other choice do I have, though?
Well, the monster seems to have been driven out by the machinery we installed at the edge of the rift. We've seen it out there on the cameras, bashing itself against the machines. I think if you could destroy the machinery we installed, the shark would calm down and retreat back into its lair inside the rift.
How would I do that?
You can reprogram the harvesting machines to overpressure their self-oxidizing fuel, so that the fuel tank canisters will rupture and the entire machine will destroy itself. The hydrolium gas we use is a gas at 1 to 3 million Sangin, a liquid at about 4 million Sangin, and a solid above that. When it's a liquid, it's very explosive. If you inject enough of the hydrolium gas into the tank, the pressure will be so great that it'll turn to liquid form and start a chain reaction inside the machine.
But we'll lose everything we've built here. All those years of work.
It's better than whatever your chemical will do to the water.
I'll try to destroy the harvesting machine.
Good. Destroying the machinery will be better in the long run. We can't risk damaging the environment or the Kolto. You'll have to break into the computer on the harvesting machine and fiddle with the fuel injectors to get the tank pressure up to the point where the hydrolium will liquidize. Once the machinery is gone, the shark should leave.
That won't work and you know it. We have to vent the toxin from the harvesting machine. Once the shark is dead, we can get back to mining the Kolto. You know what you have to do.
I just hope you make the right choice.
Yeah. Let's get this done. Let's get this over with. Yeah, this is why I said we're not out of the woods yet. We got another underwater segment. Right away, we run into a Phyraxan shark. Okay. Not another one that way, but there's one right there. Okay. I don't see another one. Right here is the control panel for it. And if you keep going that way, you will find the giant shark guarding the star map. You can see it from here, actually. Look at the size of that thing. We've seen how big the star maps are, so we can use that for comparison. Look how big that thing is. It's right next to it. If you go near it, though, it will eat you, and naturally that's an instant kill. Or it's an instant death, I should say. Insta-kill. Now, here is where you do both of those options for dealing with the shark. You could do this instantly, a quick and easy path, by feeding the toxin into the vents. However, while you could do this, just like with killing Juhani, I do not recommend doing this, even if you're dark side. Not because the shark joins your party. Oh, no, no. If you kill the shark, you will be banned from returning to Manaan at any point afterwards. And if you haven't done the guild missions yet, you won't. So I recommend doing the light side option on this one, even if you're dark side. So what you do is you access the fuel tank pressure control. Operator warning. Hydrolium unstable at 4 million Sang and pressure would rupture contain pod. And this is a puzzle that my mind thinks in naturally, so this was very, very easy for me. So first you fill the injector, which can only contain 3 million. Then you transfer from injector to container because it can contain 5 million. Then you fill the injector again. Then transfer to from injector to container again, filling it up and leaving 1 million in the injector. Then you dump the container. Then you transfer from injector to container. Then you fill injector, transfer from injector to container. Voila. And with that, the shark, as you can probably see, has moved. It is now right there. Yeah. Now that the Kolto harvesting machine has been destroyed, the Great Phyraxan shows no signs of hostility. It allows you to pass. See how big it is? It's huge compared to the ones we've killed already. So, let us continue on and collect our star map. And there it is. That's 4 star maps out of 5. 4 out of 5. There's only one left to go. So now all we gotta do is make our way back. And we can be out of here. And we already know that we killed all the sharks here and calmed down the mother. So we can just safely make our way out of this area. If you saw when I came in before I turned to the right, there was another door that we could go through. And if you recall, there was a door that was sealed from the outside in the first complex. It was selectable, and it had the blue mark on the mini-map, which meant that it led somewhere. I think you might see where I'm going with this. So I'm going to head over here to this pressure door. It goes north. And here we are back with our companions. The part that's difficult for me is over. And as you see, that led into the place where I said it did. So, let's get the hell out of here. I will meet you all back up on the surface. Look at that. Roland Juan was waiting for us.
You've returned. I was beginning to fear that you too might have been lost. Did you find out what had happened down there at the facility?
Your construction woke something up.
Something was down there? Living in the rift by the Kolto?
A giant Phyraxan shark that drove all the Selkath insane.
Horrible. The entire operation wasted by a disaster we could never in 1,000 years have foreseen. What has happened to the facility itself? Were there any survivors?
A few scientists have survived.
Well, that's good to know. Good to know indeed. But what has happened to the facility? Was it damaged?
The harvesting machine was destroyed.
No, that is terrible. That will set our work back years. It may even cost us the war. While I am glad that you were able to solve our problems, the cost may have ended up being much too high. But you have done your job and helped us in our time of need. And for that I thank you. Oh, and did you end up finding your star map?
Yes, I did.
As you can see, by helping us, you helped yourself. Perhaps we can work together again in the future.
All right. There we go. And go back over here because we leave the Republic Embassy because we are heading back to our ship. Door is closed. Not a good sign. What are we gonna encounter here? Oh no. What?
Stop, human. We have detected a number of underwater detonations coming from the vicinity of the Rocket Rift. You have been known to have asked questions about this. Our spy monitors in the Republic Embassy have recorded your leaving in a submersible that descended to the Rocket Rift. You will come with us immediately to answer for your actions, or we'll be forced to take you by force.
Come on, really? You're gonna arrest me again?
That'll be for us to decide, human.
I actually didn't do anything. I actually didn't do anything worth arresting this time. I mean, last time, yeah, I could see why they'd want to arrest me. Yeah, I broke into the Sith base and I attacked them. Yeah, I could see why they'd want to. I did technically break their law last time.
If they knew that, the whole system could. Silence. This is not for outsiders to hear. Well, human, you find yourself in a most difficult situation. The Record Rift is the most precious resource on Manan. Anything that threatens it or the Kolto it produces threatens our entire species. We will not tolerate threats to our neutrality, our existence, and our way of life. As much as we may admire your Republic and your order in particular, I believe you'll have a hard time explaining your role in this incident adequately. Tell us what happened down at the Record Rift, now! The Republic has broken its neutrality treaty with us. The repercussions shall be grave indeed. What have you done to the Rift?
The explosions were at the research station. Both our governments set up there.
Research stations? What are you talking about? Don't try to lie to us, human. We know of this. What? It will be discussed later. This cannot be kept silent. The council will hear nothing of this. You will keep your silence rejected from the court. But we cannot. Silence! What has happened at the research station? What caused the explosions?
The machinery had woken up a giant Phyraxan shark.
Giant Phyraxan? Could it be? Impossible. It's only a legend. He said he killed it, didn't he? Killed this shark, human.
I destroyed the machinery to save it.
Progenitor. It must have been. Be quiet. That is merely a myth and not fit for outsiders to hear. What if it was the Lifebringer, the ancestor of our species? Think of what this could mean. It was always layered there, perhaps the Kolto. Enough. Off-worlders are not dear. See it. You destroyed the harvesters to save it. Indeed. This casts your actions in a new light, human. This, I believe, will require more thought. Thought your actions and what we must do in response. This court will adjourn while we deliberate. We have reviewed your actions in this situation, human. Thank you for the destruction of the machinery and saving the giant Phyraxan, which we believe is the source of our Kolto, or at least its guardian. Well, we will not detain you any longer. While we cannot show our gratitude overtly, know that you have earned our respect. This trial is now over.
Okay. So, with that over with, now we can actually leave Manan. Come on. Where's Joe? There he is. Okay. Let's go. Loading, loading, loading. All right. So, I'm gonna go ahead and head back to the ship, and I'm going to go ahead and call this video. So, next time on Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, we're heading to Korriban. See you guys then.